Listen carefully. Across every generation, one truth refuses to die. Stupidity loves the spotlight, while real wisdom prefers silence. Yet somehow, in today's world, noise is mistaken for intelligence. People assume the person who argues the loudest must be the one who's right. But the Stoics warned us long ago, volume is not a sign of depth. Marcus Aurelius captured this perfectly when he said, if someone is wrong, correct them gently. If correction isn't possible, let them be. Your peace is worth more than their noise. This wasn't just advice, it was a philosophy. A reminder that wisdom doesn't wrestle with chaos, it rises above it. And that is exactly what this video is about. Today, we're going to uncover the 8 clear signs of a foolish person. Signs that most people never notice, but almost everyone shows. You'll learn how to avoid these traps yourself, and how to handle foolish people with the calm, disciplined mindset of a Stoic. Stay with me until the end, because the final sign doesn't just expose the behavior of stupid people. It quietly reveals something important about you. 1. They speak more than they think. One of the clearest signs of a foolish person is simple. They speak more than they think. The Stoics believed that silence isn't emptiness, it's discipline. To them, silence was a weapon, a sign of a mind that chooses clarity over noise and intention over impulse. But fools? Fools can't stand silence. They talk just to fill the air, not to understand, not to listen, not to grow, but simply because they fear what silence might expose. And what does it expose? Their insecurity. A foolish person believes that constant talking makes them look confident. But in reality, it does the opposite. The more they speak, the more their weaknesses leak out. Their fear, their ego, their emotional instability. All of it becomes visible through their uncontrolled words. The wise, on the other hand, speak only when their words have purpose. They don't rush. They don't compete for attention. They don't try to sound smart. They speak with intention, not impulse. Because to the wise, silence is not awkward. It is mastery. It is control. It is inner strength. In the modern world, this difference is sharper than ever. We live in a time where the loudest voices dominate everything. Short videos, comment sections, news feeds, debates. People shout opinions they don't understand. They argue before they think. They judge before they reflect. And yet, behind all this noise, there is very little substance, very little wisdom, very little self-control. Here's the truth. Anyone can talk. Only a few can stay silent. And even fewer can speak with discipline. The real power is not in flooding every conversation with your voice. The real power is in waiting, observing, thinking, and then speaking with calm precision. A disciplined tongue is a sign of a disciplined mind. And if you want to separate yourself from fools, start by mastering the one thing they never will: the art of silence. 2. They get offended by truth. Another unmistakable sign of a foolish person is this: they get offended by the truth. Truth never actually hurts a person. It only hurts their ego. And for fools, ego is everything. It's the thin shell they use to protect their insecure identity. So when truth appears, even gently, they don't examine it. They don't reflect on it. They attack it. Fools never confront the truth itself. They attack your tone, your motives, or you as a person. Instead of saying, "Is this true?" they jump straight to, "Why would you say that to me? Who do you think you are? You're just trying to put me down." Truth becomes an enemy, not because it's wrong, but because it threatens the fragile world they built around themselves. This is why fools prefer approval over accuracy. They want comforting lies, not uncomfortable insights. They surround themselves with people who always agree, always praise, always validate. Echo chambers that feel good, but make them weaker. Because when no one challenges you, your identity becomes fragile. One honest comment, and it shatters. The Stoics were the exact opposite. They saw truth as a gift. Correction wasn't an attack on their character. It was medicine for their mind, a chance to grow, refine, and improve. They believed that a person who rejects truth rejects their own potential. Remember this: a person's reaction to truth reveals their character more than the truth itself. The wise pause and reflect. The fool reacts and attacks. And when someone's ego is driving the conversation, you will never reach them with logic. Arguing with fools doesn't lead to understanding, it leads to chaos. So stay calm, speak truth gently, and if someone gets offended by honesty, don't chase them, don't argue, don't justify. Just step back. You don't need to fight someone whose ego is already fighting reality. 3. They blame everyone but themselves. One of the deepest signs of a foolish mind is this: they blame everyone but themselves. Blame feels good in the moment. It protects the ego, removes guilt, and creates an easy escape. But here's the hidden cost. Every time you blame, you give away your power. Because the moment you say, "It's their fault," you're also saying, "I can't change anything." The Stoics understood this long before modern psychology did. They taught radical responsibility, the idea that you may not control everything that happens, but you always control how you respond. Foolish people reject this. They avoid accountability because it exposes their weaknesses. So instead, they blame conditions. It's because of my family. It's because of society. It's because of bad luck. It's because people are against me. And with every excuse, they stay exactly where they are. Stuck, bitter, powerless, and blind to their own potential. A Stoic asks a completely different question. Not who caused this, but what can I do with this? That one shift turns obstacles into opportunities, pressure into strength, and pain into progress. Responsibility is not about guilt. It's about taking back control. It means owning your choices, your reactions, your future. It means accepting reality as it is, not as your ego wants it to be. Fools run from responsibility because it demands growth. Wise people embrace it because it creates growth. Here's the truth many people avoid. You cannot wake someone who is pretending to be a victim. A victim mindset is a comfortable prison, one where the door is open, but the person refuses to walk out. If you want to build a strong, disciplined, stoic mind, start by removing blame from your vocabulary. Take responsibility for your thoughts, your behavior, your life. Because the moment you stop pointing fingers is the moment you start pointing forward. 4. They refuse to listen or learn. Another unmistakable sign of a foolish person is this: they refuse to listen or learn. Arrogance is a wall, and fools build that wall high and thick, believing it will protect them, but all it does is block wisdom. They defend their mistakes instead of evolving from them. They cling to certainty like armor, never realizing that pride is the lock that keeps growth out. Humility is the soil where learning grows. Without it, every lesson slides off the mind like water off stone. A fool will hear advice and call it criticism. They will hear truth and call it disrespect. They will hear opportunity and call it impossible. Because admitting they don't know something feels like losing. Meanwhile, the wise remain open, flexible, curious. They understand that "I don't know" is not weakness. It is the doorway to knowledge. It is the first step toward understanding, toward improvement, toward mastery. Today, people mistake scrolling for learning. Endless headlines, viral opinions, and social media debates create the illusion of knowledge. But true learning requires reflection, not reaction. The Stoics had it right. Time, experience, and observation are the true teachers. Correction is not an attack. It is a tool for growth. And those who reject it, who cling to certainty, will eventually learn the hard way, through consequences, not guidance. The difference is simple. A fool holds his opinions like treasures, untouchable and unchanging. A Stoic holds his opinions loosely, always ready to adjust when proven wrong. Every conversation becomes a chance to grow, or a trap to defend ego. Fools fall into the trap. The wise seize the opportunity. So when you encounter someone who refuses to listen, don't waste your energy trying to break their wall. Their mind isn't closed to you, it's closed to themselves. Offer your words, calmly, once. Step back, and let time teach what ego cannot. Remember this: the mind that cannot listen will never learn. The mind that can say, "I don't know," will never stop growing. 5. They chase attention, not improvement. One of the most common signs of a foolish person today is this: they chase attention, not improvement. In our modern world, a strange disease has taken hold. People no longer want to be good. They only want to look good. The applause becomes the goal. Every action is a performance. Every achievement is measured not by its value, but by how many eyes are watching. The fool lives for show, not for growth. He wants validation, likes, praise, recognition. And the moment it's gone, his motivation disappears too. Attention is addictive. It feels like power, but it's empty. It can make someone feel important for a while, but it never builds real strength, because attention only lasts as long as the audience is watching. Remove the audience, and the person has nothing left. The Stoics saw this clearly. They prioritized values over validation. They measured success not by applause, but by integrity, discipline, and the quiet results of consistent effort. Real growth doesn't need an audience. It happens in silence, behind closed doors, in moments no one sees. Progress matters more than praise. The applause is temporary. The skills, the discipline, the mastery, that lasts a lifetime. Here's the ultimate lesson. When you stop needing approval from others, you become unstoppable. No one can manipulate your choices. No one can distract your focus. Your power is no longer borrowed. It is yours, unshakable and permanent. A fool will always perform, always seek attention, always depend on the crowd to validate his worth. A Stoic works quietly, improves steadily, and builds strength that no one can take away. So ask yourself, are you performing for approval or building for life? Because the moment you choose improvement over applause, you step into a power that attention can never give. 6. They repeat mistakes and call it experience. A fool's favorite excuse? I've been through this before. But here's the truth. Repeating the same mistake isn't experience. It's stubbornness disguised as wisdom. Fools survive life. They stumble, they crash, they suffer, but they rarely learn. They believe that simply enduring the pain somehow makes them wiser. It doesn't. Often they try to change the scenery. New job, new city, new relationship, but the patterns remain. The same mistakes follow them over and over. Because the problem was never the circumstances. it was their response. Stoics taught us a different approach. Mistakes aren't punishments, they are mirrors. Every failure, every setback, every disappointment offers a chance to understand yourself, to reflect, refine, and adapt. Life will repeat the same lesson again and again, until you finally pay attention. Pain, in the Stoic view, is not something to avoid. It is training, not punishment. It is the raw material from which strength, discipline, and wisdom are built. But the fool misses this. He sees only suffering, misfortune, and bad luck. He calls endurance experience, when in reality, he's just running in circles. True growth requires reflection. Without it, life's lessons remain unfinished and history repeats itself. A Stoic doesn't just survive life. He examines every stumble, asks, "What can I learn here? What can I do differently next time?" Then he adjusts. Then he moves forward. Each mistake becomes a step toward mastery, not a trap to be endured again. Remember this. Experience without reflection is just repetition. Surviving the storm without learning from it leaves you unchanged. A fool calls repetition experience. A Stoic calls it education. So if you find yourself facing the same setbacks repeatedly, pause. Don't ask, "Why me?" Ask instead, "What am I still refusing to learn?" The answer will change everything. 7. They confuse confidence with competence. Another unmistakable sign of a foolish person is this. They confuse confidence with competence. The world has made a dangerous mistake. It rewards loudness over skill, certainty over understanding, and appearance over substance. A fool believes that if he sounds sure, he must be right. The louder he speaks, the more convinced he becomes that he knows what he's doing. But here's the harsh truth. Arrogance is just ignorance in disguise. A person who never questions himself has never truly examined himself. Confidence without competence is fragile, temporary, and dangerous. The modern world celebrates the loudest voices, the boldest claims, the ones who never hesitate to assert authority. Headlines, social media, debates. Everyone assumes certainty equals mastery. But the Stoics saw through this illusion. True knowledge does not demand recognition. True understanding breeds humility, not arrogance. Those who truly know are aware of how much they do not know. Stoics embrace doubt as the path to wisdom. They ask questions instead of giving answers. They test their ideas, refine their thoughts, and constantly seek truth rather than applause. Real confidence is quiet. It does not need to be announced or performed. It is proven through action, skill, and consistent results, not through words alone. A fool, however, clings to ego. Every challenge threatens his self-image. Every question feels like an attack. Every failure is unbearable because it exposes the illusion of his so-called confidence. And when pressure comes, that loud certainty collapses because it was never backed by competence. Competence is earned. Confidence without skill is a house built on sand. The Stoic builds slowly, practices relentlessly, and embraces correction. He lets his work speak while fools shout over it. So remember this. Just because someone sounds sure doesn't mean they are capable. Loudness is not strength. Volume is not mastery. Arrogance is not knowledge. If you want to rise above the noise, focus on substance, not spectacle. Develop skills, refine understanding, and let quiet competence carry you forward. Real confidence withstands pressure. Real competence proves itself. And fools, they crash the moment reality tests their illusions. 8. They think loud opinions mean strength. The final sign of a foolish person is clear. They think loud opinions equal strength. Shouting does not make someone right. Volume does not make someone powerful. Aggression does not make someone strong. Yet fools believe it does. They mistake noise for authority, anger for courage, and domination for control. At the heart of this behavior is insecurity. A loud person is often a weak person in disguise, reacting to every challenge, defending every opinion, trying desperately to prove to themselves and everyone else that they matter. The Stoics taught the opposite. A wise person reacts with restraint. A fool reacts impulsively. The wise respond after reflection. The fool yells before thinking. Loudness is emotional slavery. It binds a person to every insult, every criticism, every contradiction. They are at the mercy of their emotions, unable to pause, unable to reflect. True strength, the Stoics knew, comes from self-control, from composure, from mastery over one's own mind. Silence is a tool. It exposes the insecure. It unsettles the ego-driven, because a person who thrives on noise cannot compete with calm. In chaos, composure is the real victory. It does not demand applause or recognition. It does not shout to be heard. It simply is. Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike your enemy." The Stoic doesn't match volume with volume. He doesn't fight aggression with aggression. He elevates his standards. He stays grounded. He lets others burn themselves out in their own noise while he grows stronger in his stillness. When someone shouts at you, reacts to provoke you, or tries to dominate the conversation, remember, their anger is theirs, not yours. You do not have to participate. You do not have to defend yourself. You do not have to prove anything. The space between reaction and response is where power lives. Fools react. The Stoic decides. Be the quiet one who thinks deeply, acts wisely, and speaks rarely. Let others exhaust themselves in their own volume. Your calm, your composure, and your mastery will speak louder than any shouting ever could. Because storms make noise, but it is the mountain that endures. Conclusion. If you step back and look closely at all these signs, you'll notice a common thread. Every foolish trait stems from ego without awareness. Talking too much, fearing truth, blaming others, refusing to learn, chasing attention, repeating mistakes, confusing confidence with skill, and mistaking loudness for strength. All of these come from the same root, a mind ruled by pride instead of discipline. Stoicism teaches the opposite. To live like a Stoic is to practice awareness over ego. It means listening more and speaking less. It means staying calm when chaos erupts around you. It means seeking truth rather than validation, understanding rather than applause. It means measuring your actions by integrity, not by reaction. Fools will always test your discipline. They will provoke, insult, and push you to react. But here's the secret the Stoics knew. You don't have to argue. You don't have to prove them wrong. Their noise is a challenge, not a battle. Your calm is your victory. Outgrow fools instead of fighting them. Rise above their arrogance instead of matching their volume. Let your discipline, your clarity, and your composure do the work. They are the true marks of strength. Wisdom begins when arrogance ends. It begins the moment you stop needing to defend your ego, the moment you embrace humility, reflection, and self-mastery. It begins when you realize that the chaos of others does not need to disturb your peace. Remember, you cannot change how foolish people behave, but you can choose how you respond. You can control your mind, your words, your actions. And in doing so, you transform every encounter, every insult, every challenge into an opportunity to grow stronger. The Stoics lived by this truth for centuries, And it is just as relevant today. Your calm, your wisdom, and your discipline are louder than any shouting, bickering, or ego-driven noise. So stop arguing with fools, outgrow them, protect your peace, and let your silence, your composure, and your wisdom speak for you. Because in the end, true power isn't shown in noise. It's proven in stillness. And that is where wisdom begins.